how is that person behaving with respect to their eyes? Are they maintaining eye contact? If they're maintaining a lot of eye contact with you, or if they're maintaining minimal eye contact with you, that could both mean, let's say you're meeting a person for the first time on a date, or if you're meeting a person for the first time on a important business meeting, you might, yeah, yeah, I understand that. Okay, too much blinking. So that means that. Good evening, guys. So today we're going to talk about body language with respect to the eyes and the eyebrows mainly. Okay. Now, body language is a very important aspect of human communication. So, irrespective of your race, your religion, your creed, your caste, your gender, your mother tongue, it doesn't matter. Everybody has a common body language because we humans are evolved like that. We shake our head no, we nod our head yes. So these are all very basic body languages which are very common to everybody on the planet, to all human beings on the planet. So understanding body language is very important and imperative to understand what the person is actually trying to tell you, or actually trying to communicate with you, or even read hidden signals if the person is lying or hiding something from you. Now, body language could be anything from head to toe, right? You can, as I said, nod your head yes, shake your head no. You can, and mainly the eyes. They say the eyes are the index of the mind, right? So whatever happens in your mind is showing in your eyes and your eyebrows, and how your mouth is. Is it pursed? Are you pursing? Are you biting into your lips? Or are you kind of like biting into your nails, or use your mouth, is it curved into a smile, whatever. So, and it could be anything from head and the movement of the head, and also your shoulders, a shrug. Now a shrug could be anything like, I don't know, or it could be maybe, right? So all these things, depending on the cluster of the body language, you can read a person. And of course, when the rest of the body, it's the hands. How are your hands? Are they crossed, or are they open? Is there too much of movement? And also the legs. Are the legs crossed, or are the legs shoulder length apart? So all these things signify a body language. Now today we're going to talk about some body languages with respect to the eyes and the eyebrows. The first thing in that is raised eyebrows with slightly open mouth, and also a little wide open eyes, kind of like this, right? And this is a person, he or she might be communicating with you, and they might be having a very nice communication with you, and they might be happy talking to you. So mostly when a person speaks to you with this gesture, that means that they are happy talking to you, or they might be very friendly to you, or they're having quality time with you, they're having a nice time with you, they're having a time out, especially if you're on a date, right? If a person is interacting with you like this, so that means that slightly raised eyebrows and slightly open mouth, like, really? Yeah. So that means that the person is into you, that the person is, he or she is having a good time. Now again, as I said, you have to look at the cluster of the body language. And then comes the frown. Now the frown can signify so many things. Now let's say you're having a very important business meeting, and you're kind of discussing a very important business proposal with your business partner, right? And you're like, really? You think that'll make us money? Do you think that we should go for it? What do you think? So they're having a very important conversation regarding business. So there's always a frown because they're discussing very, very important. They're discussing about money, right? They're discussing about the success of their business and their personal, wants. So this is one type of frown. The other frown could indicate confusion, like, really? I didn't understand what you just said. Can you please explain that to me again? Yeah, I didn't understand that. So there's a frown, confusion. He's not able to understand something. So frown could indicate confusion also. You have to look at the cluster of the body language again. Now, most importantly, the most basically, Frown can also indicate anger, especially if you're kind of like, like you can notice that with your parents sometimes. I told you to read for your homework. I told you to read for your exams. What are you doing? What are you doing? Read, study. This is how your parents might behave, right? And there's always a frown in their head at that time. So frown can indicate anger. It mostly indicates anger, but as I said, frown can also indicate serious discussion about something. No, when you frown, you're trying to understand something or you're trying to do something. Most certainly you won't be a happy person if you have a frown. As I said, you may be confused, you may be speaking about something very important business meeting, or you may be angry about something. That's when you frown. So when you have a frown in your eyebrow, in your brows, that could most certainly mean that that person is not happy. A person who's happy will never have a frown. He'll be, like this. That there'll be no frown on the brows. So, frown. Now coming to the eyes. Now eyes, a very important thing to notice when you're reading your eye, when reading someone's eye, is the eye contact. Is that person, looking at you, or is looking away from you? He or she, not just he or she, right? How is that person behaving with respect to their eyes? Are they maintaining eye contact? If they're maintaining a lot of eye contact with you, or if they're maintaining minimal eye contact with you, that could both mean red flags. However, if they're very natural with their eye contact, they look at you and they look away again they look back at you, they're interacting with you. You can look at the body cluster, you can look at the cluster of body languages, and you can also look at the way they're speaking to you. Everything comes into picture, and you can judge if a person is maintaining too much eye contact. Now this could mean that a person is like, this happens mainly in interrogation, especially again your parents, right? You lied about your parents. Let's say you stole 100 rupees from your mom's purse, and your mom is like, did you steal money from my purse? Did you? Don't lie to me. Don't lie to me. Too much eye contact. So that means that mom knows that you stole, and she's trying to get the truth out of you. She's interrogating you. This also works in interrogation, right? When you go to an interrogation scene, that's how it is. Really? You didn't commit the murder? Really? You didn't steal the money from the bank? Are you sure? Because we have proof. So too much of eye contact. And also sometimes people, they use their specs, and this happens mainly with people's specs, and they mostly the old people. I know one or two people, they used to have the reading glasses right down to the bridge, the edge of their nose like this, and they used to read. And especially was a librarian, right? And also an old guy. And if you're late submitting the book, he'll be like, why were you late? Over the rim of the glasses. So really, is that the reason, or did you just forget? So that person is not believing in what you're saying, and that person is trying to get the truth out of you. Too much eye contact, and also over the eyes, which means that, come on, I know the truth. I know what it is. Come on, tell me the truth. Come on. So that's what it means. So too much eye contact, and also too little eye contact. Like if a person is like, again, lying, and this happens to a person, again, when you're telling the lie, you can have too much eye contact also. For example, somebody looks at you in the eye and asks you, interrogates you. You look back at them. No, I'm telling you the truth. I didn't do it. No, I didn't do it. I didn't steal the money. I'm telling you the truth. Yeah. I didn't steal the money. Too much eye contact and less blinking. Red flag. That person might be lying. Or too little eye contact. I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know. And this happens mainly to kids, right? When their mom is like looking at them all, with wide open eyes and staring right at them, and it intimidates them, and they're like, I don't know what you're talking about, mom. I didn't steal the money. Really, I didn't steal your 100 rupees from the purse. So too less eye contact. can also mean red flag. But if it is like a very natural eye contact, like I don't know what you're talking about. No, I didn't steal the money. No, I don't know what you're talking about. It's a very natural way of talking. So too much eye contact, too little eye contact, along with blinking, can signify, something fishy. But if it is a very normal eye contact, that's fine. Again, as I said, blinking. If a person is blinking too much, that could be nervousness. Let's say you're meeting a person for the first time on a date, or if you're meeting a person for the first time on a important business meeting, you might, yeah, yeah, I understand that. Okay, too much blinking. So that means that the person is a little nervous with that meeting. Or no blinking at all. That means that person is trying to exaggerate his confidence. Like, yeah, okay, okay, yeah, I'll look into it. Yes, okay, yeah, okay, thank you. Yeah, too much eye contact. So that also could mean that the person is trying to show off that he is confident, but he might not be confident because he's trying to show his eyes a lot to the person, saying that, because if it's a genuinely confident person, he'll be like, okay, all right, fine. It'll be very natural in the way they speak. You can just judge them by the way they speak and the words coming out of their mouth. We're looking at the body language cluster again. And lastly, the pupils. Now, when you look at the pupils, fortunately, see, the thing is, the pupils dilate automatically. It's in our nature. It dilates when there is less light. Let's say you're in a dark room, right? If you're in a dark room, your pupils will automatically be big because the pupils are trying to let in as much light as possible in your retina because you have to see things. So less the light, the more dilated the pupils are. However, fortunately, you cannot look into a person's pupils when there is less light, right? To look into a person's eyes and specifically notice that person's pupils, you need to have a very good lighting. Like the room should be very well lit, and when the room is very well lit, obviously the pupils will not dilate. But if the pupils are dilated, and if you look at the guy or a girl, and when the person is speaking to you, if their pupils are dilated and they're having a good time, that means that person is very attracted to you. That signifies attraction. It also signifies arousal. So notice the pupils if you're on a date. So that's all for now. Thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Goodbye.